Mike Lawson Outdoors. Update on my MTD 760/960 garden tractor. Finally got it running, got it wired up right. As you can see, it's dying out right now. But I finally got it running, at least. Drove it around the yard a little bit. The tractor is leaking oil. This Briggs & Stratton engine is leaking oil. Was leaking. I wiped it off, but it was leaking out of the hole right there, that the points where the points come out of the engine at, where it activates the point arm is leaking out of that hole, leaking oil. And it's also leaking oil into the intake. Oil is dripping from the carburetor intake right here. I'm not sure why. It might have something to do, well, I am sure why. I didn't even think about that, but the crankcase breather tube is leaking oil inside the intake. That's what that is. I forgot that it was even coming in there. So oil is coming all the way up out of the this crankcase exhaust tube, the EGR recirculation. It's coming out of there and leaking into the exhaust. So I'm not sure why that's happening. It has good compression. I don't think the rings are bad in there, but something is causing it to leak. In there. So I might have to take that hose out and see how it runs and see if it still leaks. I took the spark plug off when I first started it, and it was black, real crusty black, and you can see it's hot and black, dark looking, so it's burning a little oil. Oil is getting into the intake. So, and I'm thinking I'm hearing a slight knock to it. As it starts to run, it has a slight knock, I'm thinking, to it also. So seems to be a lot going on with this engine. I did get it running. Downloaded the manual, found out a lot of things, wired it up right. When I got it, it was wired up wrong, and I wired it up right, but for some reason I still can't get it to charge the battery. Every time I try to hook the battery, hook the terminal up to charge the battery, it grounds out. So I don't know if this voltage regulator box is bad, but it's actually running the tractor, and it's running the points and everything like that. But when I try to hook it to the engine, not hook it to the engine, but hook it to the battery to charge the battery, it grounds out for some reason. The instruction says it's supposed to hook to the voltmeter, which is right there, and the voltmeter is supposed to go from there to the battery. So this voltmeter is old and rusty. I'm not sure if it even works. I'll probably have to get a new one, but I was thinking that it's essentially just the same as hooking the wire directly to this box, but I'm not sure. If you can help me out with that, give me some ideas on it. But it's running. I'm still thinking about whether I should, it probably wouldn't be that hard to tear this engine down and rebuild it, and it will probably be the cheapest way. But I've been researching that eBay 10 horsepower diesel, and I really would like to have that. So I'm not sure if I'll switch over. So if I do, then I'll part this engine out and just start a generator. If anybody needs to start a generator, this one works. The tag is upside down on there, but it says Delco Remy 12 volt. But it works great. Turns the tractor over and everything. Turns the engine over and everything. If I do part it out, then, you know, shoot me some PMs or anything like that if you need anything off. This is it's supposed to be a 12 horsepower Briggs, but I haven't checked the codes or anything on it. But it's supposed to be a 12 horsepower iron block Briggs and Stratton, cast iron block. See the stamp, Briggs and Stratton. Those are the numbers on there. If anybody could run the numbers and see what kind it actually is, I'd be grateful. I got an oil leak, so first thing is I'll try to remove this and get that tube out of there and see if it'll run a little bit better. Okay, I've taken that crankcase breather hose out. I'll try to start it up and see how it runs. Battery's dead, have to jump it off. Try to jump it off with the tractor and with my lawn. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but what it is doing is it's shooting oil out of that crankcase breather hole, shooting oil straight out of there. That oil is in turn going straight into the intake. So something is definitely wrong in there. Clean up all the oil. Oil is going directly inside of the intake. So this engine, sorry, bad camera work. This engine is definitely going to need to be overhauled, broken down and going through replace seals and gaskets and that kind of thing. So I try to find a gasket kit for it and see how that works out, but I'm not sure. I've seen Harbor Freight. I really don't like all that Chinese stuff, but they have a 13 horsepower engine for 329 and it's that Chinese stuff, but you know, you can get a 2-year warranty with it and they'll basically replace it if anything goes wrong after that, you know, during that 2-year warranty, or you can get it extended 4-year warranty, I think. And you know, spending $329 for that, I can go ahead and save up an extra $200 for that 10 horsepower diesel that I was wanting, you know, that I was dreaming about having. So, and with that diesel, shoot, I can put a turbo on it, you know, and get more power out of it. And I think I have a lot of that diesel has a lot of potential. It being 10 horsepower and, you know, turbo on a diesel engine is easy. So I'm not sure what I'll do. I really need to get this thing up and running, you know, fast, because I want to plow with it. But we're also doing, my wife is doing container gardening, so you know, we're still producing crops, we're still planting and, you know, getting stuff in the ground, but I want to plow up and I want to have a big garden, you know. Well, I'll keep you updated. PM me if you need to start a generator, some parts. You know, if I get a whole lot of PMs about parts, then I'll part it out and, you know, try to put that money towards repowering it to something that, you know, I can just drop in there, line it up and everything, and then it'll be good to go. So, all right. Again, MTD 760 or 960, I'm not sure, but over time, I guess I'll learn a lot more about it. This is the Unico version. Okay, Lawson Outdoors. I'm out.